Hey, I just wanted to hop on here before you get any further into today's video lesson. I just want to let you know, this lesson and any of the lessons in this new series, I'm calling it something like the Beginner Backbeat series, or Beginner Backbeat Groove series, or something like that. Every video in this series is specifically tailored to beginner drummers, or new-ish drummers, or drummers who really haven't played much. Maybe they've played a little bit, but they've never really studied backbeat grooves. This series is for them. So, or for you, maybe that's you watching. So if you're an advanced or even an intermediate player, this series is probably gonna be nothing good for you. I mean, not nothing good for you, but it's probably not what you're looking for. You probably already know all this stuff. So before you, if you're advanced or intermediate, begin spending more time watching this video, you may not need to. You probably don't need to. You probably know all this stuff, so you can skip it. Now, if you're a beginner and you're still watching, hey, I am so happy you're here, and I'm really excited for you to jump into the rest of this lesson. Also, before you go any further, I want you to click the link in the description below. Not for me, but for you. It's a free PDF of the drum charts of each of the grooves that I'm going to be demonstrating in this video. So it doesn't help me out at all. I could care less. It's for you. You need that in order to actually practice these grooves. This lesson is going to be, I think, really helpful for you, but the biggest takeaway, even if you don't watch the rest of this lesson, is that you get that PDF, you download it to your phone or your tablet or your computer, or print it out and throw it up on your music stand, get behind your drum kit and start playing the grooves on that page. If that's all you take away from today, that's what I want for you. Every lesson in this series is going to have a drum chart PDF in the description below, so always grab it. Also, I'm going to include a drum PDF for how to read drumming notation. So if you're completely new, like if this is the first time you're ever picking up a pair of sticks and you just got a drum kit or something like that, or you made a drum kit out of pots and pans, or you're playing a bunch of pillows, or you're using a practice pad, whatever it may be, if you have no idea how to read drum notation, there's a second PDF below for you. Again, neither of those PDFs help me at all. If you click them, it doesn't benefit me, but it does benefit you. And I want to give those two things to you for free. So please click those links before you go any further in this video. All right, that's enough. I think that's everything. If it's not, hopefully I cover it in the rest of this video. I'm just so excited that you're here. Again, if you're advanced or intermediate and you're still watching this, I don't know why, unless you're just enjoying it. Hey, cool, happy you're here. This video is for you newer drummers out there. All right, cool. Let's get started with the lesson. Here we go. Hey there. All right. So now that you've got everything ready to go, let's dive in. We're talking about something called backbeat grooves, and these are the most foundational grooves or drum beats. You might hear drummers or musicians refer to drum beats. When I say groove, I mean drum beat, same thing. These are the most foundational grooves. Now, what does the term backbeat mean? Typically that means the snare drum is dropping on beats 2 and 4 in the measure. So if we're playing a groove, as you'll see me demonstrate in a moment, every groove that I'm playing, my snare drum is hitting on beats 2 and 4. But what's changing is my kick drum pattern, and that's what my right foot is playing. So real quick, kick drum, bass drum, you might hear musicians refer to both of these. I kind of jump between terms all the time. It means the same thing. So the kick drum pattern is going to change in each groove. In this little demonstration that I did, I go through, it's about 23 grooves, and you'll be able to follow along with your PDF. Those grooves, I try to play, I believe I tried to do about 4 measures of each groove, and there might be some moments where I vary you know, something a little bit, I improv a little bit, you know, try not to do that. But so you'll see. And I also, you know, I'll put a number, you know, every time I change the groove, you'll see in the video, like I'll like groove 1, groove 2, you'll see that pop up on the screen. But anyway, these are for you beginners, for you new-ish drummers out there. This is a tremendous place to start. So yeah, so we're using hi-hat, snare drum, and kick drum. But the main thing, the thing that's changing, the thing that's making each groove sound different, that is your kick drum pattern, your bass drum pattern, whatever you want to call it. The hi-hat snare stays the same, it's very repetitive. A couple of things to think about is, you know, as you become comfortable with each of these 23 grooves, I really encourage you to play with dynamics. Try to have a nice, solid, powerful, loud, not overly loud, but solid a kick drum. You want confidence to shine through with that kick drum pattern. The backbeat, you know, what you're playing on the snare drum on beats 2 and 4, you want that to have a nice pop to it, nice pop, good confidence behind it. And then play with the sound of your hi-hat. Become comfortable playing with a louder, bigger, almost like rock feel, but then also play with your placement of, say, the shoulder or the tip of the stick, whichever part of the stick you're using to hit your hi-hat. You know, that will kind of change the sound of the hi-hat. So you could have a crisper, tighter, softer sound, or a crisp, tight, loud sound. Or you could have a more big, loud, not so crisp, kind of sloshy sound. You can really play with those dynamics, and it's a really awesome thing. You know, the amount of options we have with each one of these grooves. So, without further ado, let's get to the demonstration, and then I'll see you really quick at the end of the lesson. All right, here we go. All right, there you have it. So that's about 23 grooves in this beginner backbeat series. Take your time. You don't need to try to play super fast. You don't need to, you don't need to do really anything. My recommendation is to start kind of freestyle, meaning like without a metronome. Just piece it together. Follow along on your drum chart PDF. Follow along each note, and if you have to go super slow, meaning like out of time, meaning not with a metronome, not even trying to keep a steady pulse, but just taking it one note at a time, then that's what you got to do. That's how I started, and so I encourage you to start in a similar way. Once you start to become comfortable, definitely put it with the metronome. In this video, I think I was playing around 80 beats per minute, if I remember correctly. The quarter note metronome pulse was 80 beats per minute. Once I start to put things with a metronome, I try to practice every groove I'm working on at 3 different tempos. So like a super slow tempo, a medium speed kind of tempo, and then a fast tempo for me, whatever is fast for me. And that's gonna be different for you. And then I play with it, I'll move it up or down a little bit. The more BPMs, the more tempos, the more beats per minute you play at, the better your timing is going to become, the better your inner clock is going to be. So I really encourage you to do that. And not just in this video lesson, but in all the upcoming backbeat beginner lessons we're going to do. And there's a few coming, tomorrow, day after, there's going to be a bunch of lessons for you guys. So that's it. All right, so if you have any questions, please drop a comment below. Don't hesitate. If I can answer the question in the comment, I will. If your answer requires a follow-up video, I'm more than happy to do that. And thank you so much for being here. I am super excited about you beginning to learn different types of grooves. I'm so excited for you to expand your rhythmic vocabulary. And this is just such a great place to start. And you can play, honestly, so many different types of songs with just these type of grooves. So please have fun, keep practicing, be patient with yourself, and I'll see you in the next lesson. For those of you who enjoyed it, hit the like button, the subscribe button to the channel, notification, do all the YouTubey things. Your kind of support in just that little way, just by clicking a little button, helps this video and helps this channel reach new people and new drummers like yourself. And so I would be super grateful. Otherwise, get drumming, and I'll see you next time. I hope you have a very blessed day.